Will a win over Canelo put you ahead of Mayweather as the greatest boxer of this generation?
Listen, I leave the opinions to everybody else, but like I said, after this fight, when I defeat Canelo, I'm gonna be on Mount Rushmore. That's where I'm gonna be.
The moment had finally arrived to generations of boxing standing face-to-face in the same arena. On one side was Floyd "Money" Mayweather, the defining figure of the previous era, the undefeated legend with a flawless 52-0 record. On the other side stood Terence "Bud" Crawford, the man who stunned the world by defeating Canelo Alvarez and establishing himself as the pound-for-pound #1 of this era. For the first time ever, they were inches apart. No more fantasy matchups, no more imagined scenarios. Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford sharing the same stage, the same cameras, the same spotlight. And this moment was far more than a routine press appearance. This was history unfolding.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah. No.
To grasp how wild this face-off truly was, you have to look back a bit, because before 2025, if you asked who would win between Mayweather and Crawford, most people would have laughed. Floyd was untouchable. Floyd was considered the best to ever do it.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
Nope.
No friends in this business for you.
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
Beat your ass.
But then came Canelo versus Crawford. Crawford stepped in as the smaller man, moving up in weight to take on a challenge most believed couldn't be done. Yet he pulled it off. He beat Canelo Alvarez. He didn't just hang in there. He didn't edge out a win. He took control and dominated.
Terence Crawford had the ability to fight backwards and stay composed. Good defense. Hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he's has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, you would jab him. We didn't see any like lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side, as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin if they fought it.
That win changed everything. Overnight, Crawford went from being one of the greats to arguably the greatest of his era. Fans, analysts, and even fellow fighters began saying, but isn't just chasing legends he is one?
Thank you, GOAT, because you are the GOAT of this era. Terence "Bud" Crawford.
And here's where things got even crazier. After the fight, Canelo Alvarez, the man who faced both Mayweather and Crawford in their primes, came out and admitted something that stunned the entire boxing world. Canelo said Crawford was better.
And lastly, for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Let that sink in. Canelo faced a prime Floyd Mayweather in 2013 and then fought Crawford in his prime in 2024. For him to say that was the tougher, better fighter isn't just praise, it's a statement that shakes legacies.
You ready? Canelo, choose one, please. Guys, we gotta go. We don't. Can you elaborate on why Crawford is better than Mayweather? It's just a little bit of detail.
Oh, he can switch. He's very smart guy. He's better.
For years, Floyd labeled Canelo as easy work, building part of his own legend on how effortlessly he handled the young fighter. Now, Canelo himself is saying Crawford is on an entirely different level.
You could take a guy like Canelo, this guy could do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk, easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting our fighters.
That's the kind of thing that gnaws at Mayweather, because his brand, his identity is being the best ever. Suddenly, there's a new wave of voices, including former opponents, putting Crawford above him. And you know Mayweather, his ego is the size of the MGM Grand. The moment Canelo's words hit the headlines, Floyd started acting differently. He began giving interviews hinting at something big. Not another exhibition, not some easy money fight in Japan. A real comeback. For the first time in years, Floyd Mayweather said he's open to a professional fight. And who's on his radar? You guessed it, Terence Crawford. This isn't about money. It's about legacy. It's about pride. It's Floyd reminding the world, I'm still the greatest. I'm still the guy nobody can beat.
I didn't have to have 70 fights, or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
But here's the twist. Before Floyd can even think about Crawford, he has another fight lined up. Next April, he's scheduled for an exhibition against none other than Mike Tyson.
A fight that fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to give the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an exciting event.
And now, let's be real. That's already one of the wildest matchups in the sport's history. Floyd, the defensive genius, versus Tyson, one of the most feared punchers ever. It's not about titles or rankings, it's about spectacle, entertainment, and pure bad blood. And trust me, there's plenty of bad blood. Tyson has never hidden his lack of respect for Mayweather. He's called him arrogant, mocked his style, and made it clear that if they ever share the ring, he's going for the knockout. For Floyd, beating Tyson in that exhibition is about momentum. If he gets through looking sharp, it boosts the Crawford narrative. But if Tyson lands that one punch and humiliates Floyd, it's over. Nobody wants to see a 50-year-old Floyd, coming off a loss to an even older Tyson, step into the ring with Bud.
One of the greatest of all time, Evander Holyfield. Mike Tyson announced he's fighting Floyd Mayweather in 2026. What do you think of that fight overall?
Well, kind of different, the size-wise, by, Tyson heavyweight, and I think weatherweight.
Right.
So it's.
Is it a real fight? Do you think? You think fans should take it serious? Is it a real fight, Mayweather Tyson?
I couldn't think it was real. Because the fact of the matter, he's a lot bigger than the guy, so it's the weight.
So, in a strange way, Tyson is the gatekeeper. Floyd has to prove he still belongs in the ring before he can face Crawford. Now, let's break this down. Why is Mayweather still even in this conversation? Simple. Floyd is Floyd, 50 wins, 0 losses. the greatest defensive fighter in history. A man who made world-class opponents look ordinary. He didn't need knockout power. He didn't need size. He had ring IQ, perfect timing, and the uncanny ability to make you miss by inches and make you pay for it.
Speaking of boxing, do you think Floyd's the GOAT?
Oh, undeniably. I don't even think it's close. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
As far as like an actual fighter for fight, like fight for fight, pound for pound, Floyd, how can he not be the greatest? Like as far as like he's never lost. He's the greatest defensive fighter without a doubt.
even close.
I don't even think it's a debate.
No, it's not a debate.
Floyd's been hit hard maybe 4 times in his career.
It's not a debate.
He's touched the floor 1 time, bro.
It's not a debate.
How do you fight 50 times and touch the floor once?
Even Terence Crawford himself has acknowledged that Floyd's defense is unmatched. And you can tell that when Bud talks about Floyd, there's genuine respect and admiration.
What makes
Floyd is someone Crawford studied, someone he modeled parts of his own game after. But here's the thing, Crawford isn't just a Floyd clone. He has his own brand of greatness.
Looking back at like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight, and that's what led him to be so great. You know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions. You know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight, one after one.
But his versatile switch hitting, counter-punching, aggressive when needed, calculated when necessary, and, most importantly, a finisher. If he hurts you, he doesn't let you off the hook.
He said afterwards, you are better than Floyd Mayweather, and I know you don't like those comparisons. I know you don't like when people pitch you two together, but when you heard that, what did you think? How did that feel to hear that from someone like him?
I just was like, well, you know, it's his personal opinion. He was in the ring with both of us, so a lot of people, you know, they can say what they want, but he's actually been in the ring with both of us. You know, one where he felt like he was at the best, you know, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, you know, I don't know, you know, I don't go off of that. You know, Floyd is the best fighter, you know, in his era, and I feel like I'm the best fighter in my era.
Beating Canelo proves something huge. Crawford's greatness isn't confined by weight classes. He dared to step up against a much bigger opponent and came out on top. That's a kind of risk Floyd rarely took. Floyd was smart, choosing the right fights at the right times. Crawford, he walked straight into the fire and emerged unscathed.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes a difference to people.
So when these two faced each other for the first time under the DAZN cameras, the tension was palpable. For Crawford, it was surreal. He grew up watching Floyd, studying him, idolizing him. And now that very man stood across from him as a rival. For Floyd, it was personal. This wasn't just another exhibition against an influencer or a retired MMA fighter. This was about proving to the world and to himself that even after all these years, he's still the alpha.
I was excited to see Bud perform the way he performed against Canelo. I think boxing needed that fight. I think Bud showed up in the way he was supposed to. I think Canelo did as well, and the respect between the two men is what boxing is supposed to be. I can't talk about all the eras of boxing because I haven't seen them all, you know, but I've seen Hagler Hearns. I've seen Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler. Like, I've seen all of those things, and those fights were wars. Floyd Mayweather is the best boxer I've ever seen. He's the most skilled boxer I've ever seen. Bud, and this is just my opinion, is the baddest man I've seen wear boxing gloves. And here's why I say that.
RC.
Here's why I say that. Bud is extremely skilled, right? Yet not as skilled as Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather made people look foolish, right? And so if I had to say who's the greatest I've seen, and Bud said it right, the best of an era and the best of an era, it's Floyd. But when I watched Bud against Canelo, there was this extreme skill on display, and there was a level of crazy that's different. There was a level of, and Floyd's extremely tough. Go back to Shane Mosley and the 2 punches he landed early in the fight and the way that he embarrassed him. I'm not saying that Floyd's not tough, Floyd's not a bad man, but there was domination inside that ring we saw this weekend. And there's no fear in him in the way that he's attacked, gaining notoriety. Bud's been the baddest man for 12 years. But no one gave him credit because he didn't go tell you he was the baddest man. He didn't market that. He just went out and fought and beat people and knocked people out. So he had to move up and take the bigger fights and the better fights. And he was Errol Spence. We realized just how great he was. Canelo cemented him on what is the two-headed monster that marks the greatest of the 2000s. Floyd Mayweather is on that, and Bud Crawford is right next to him. I don't think we have to pick on who's better. I think they both dominated their eras equally.
Hold up, limitless, biggest pin in it. I fought here to witness it.
The stare down didn't last long, but the message was clear. Crawford appeared calm and confident. Floyd, smirking, had a fire in his eyes. This fight, if it happens, means everything to him. But let's be honest, it's not an even matchup in stakes for both men. For Mayweather, he has nothing to lose. He's nearly 50. If he beats Crawford, he becomes immortal, the undefeated legend of his prime, coming back decades later to conquer the pound-for-pound king. If he loses, so what? He's old, past his prime, and people will just shrug it off.
Now, all time, ending this interview.
Number one, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford is this generation guy, you know what I'm saying, accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades, you know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight. That's a win for the whole world boxing. Every generation, from Floyd generation to this generation, didn't get to see it come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on. So,
for Crawford, it's risky. If Bud wins, people will say, yeah, but you beat an old Floyd, which doesn't add much to his legacy. But if he loses, oh man, that would be devastating. Losing to a 50-year-old Mayweather would wipe out the momentum from the Canelo fight and cast doubt on everything he's built.
Before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. GOAT, greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches, not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists, you know, everybody plays a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course he is.
That's why some argue Crawford doesn't even need this fight. His legacy is already secure. He beat Canelo and has established himself as the best of his era. He could hang up the gloves today and still be remembered as an all-time great.
Personally, I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today, somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight.
So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video. All from Fight Field.